Welcome back to Easy English Biography. Today, we are going to learn about one of the greatest minds in human history. His ideas changed science forever. Even today, students and scientists around the world study his work. Yes, today's story is about Albert Einstein.
You may know him as the man with wild hair and a genius mind, but did you know that many people once thought he was an ordinary child? Some people even believed he was slow at learning. So how did this quiet boy become one of the most famous scientists in the world? In this story, you will learn about his childhood, struggles, dreams, and success. You will also learn new English words in a simple way. And here is a question for you. Can one curious child change the world?
Let us begin. Albert Einstein was born on March 14, 1879 in Germany. Germany is a country in Europe. His father's name was Hermann Einstein and his mother's name was Pauline Einstein. His family was not rich, but they lived a comfortable life.
His father worked in business, and his mother loved music. Music became an important part of Albert's life. From a young age, Albert loved listening to music. Later, he learned to play the violin. Violin is a musical instrument played with strings. Instrument means a tool used to make music. Even when Albert became famous, music remained close to his heart. But something unexpected happened. As a child, Albert was very different from other children. He did not speak much. In fact, he started speaking later than many children. His parents became worried. Some people thought he was not very smart. Imagine hearing that as a child. Have you ever been judged by others before they really knew you? Albert liked to think quietly.
He often sat alone and observed the world around him. Observe means to watch carefully. He asked many questions. Why is the sky blue? Why do stars shine? How does the world work? His curiosity was endless.
Curiosity means a strong desire to learn something. Listen carefully to this new word, curiosity. Try repeating after me. Curiosity helps us learn new things. Excellent.
One day, when Albert was about 5 years old, his father showed him a compass. A compass is a small tool that points north. Albert noticed that the needle kept moving in one direction. He was amazed. How could something invisible move the needle?
Invisible means something that cannot be seen. This small compass changed his life. For the first time, Albert realized that there were hidden forces in nature. Years later, he said that this experience deeply influenced him. This single moment changed everything.
Albert attended school in Germany. But school was not always easy for him. At that time, many schools were very strict. Teachers expected students to memorize facts. Memorize means to learn something by heart. Albert did not enjoy memorizing. He wanted to understand ideas. He asked questions that teachers sometimes did not like. Some teachers thought he was difficult. Others believed he would never achieve much.
Can you imagine hearing such words from your teachers? But Albert never stopped thinking. He loved mathematics. Mathematics is the study of numbers and calculations. Numbers made sense to him. He solved difficult problems for fun.
When he was young, his uncle introduced him to algebra.
Algebra is a branch of mathematics that uses letters and symbols. Albert loved it immediately. He once said that mathematics felt beautiful. Many children play games. Albert played with ideas. But life was about to become harder.
When Albert was around 15 years old, his family faced financial problems. Financial means related to money. His father's business was not doing well. The family decided to move to Italy, but Albert stayed behind in Germany for school. This was a difficult time. He felt lonely and unhappy. Eventually, he left school and joined his family in Italy. Some people saw this as failure, but sometimes failure opens new doors. Have you ever experienced a moment when something bad later became good? Albert wanted to continue his education. He dreamed of studying science and mathematics, so he applied to a famous school in Switzerland.
The school was called the Swiss Federal Polytechnic. Today, it is known as ETH Zurich. Albert took the entrance examination. Examination means a test to measure knowledge. He performed very well in mathematics and physics. Physics is the science that studies matter, energy, and the universe. But there was a problem. He failed some other subjects. He did not pass the exam. Imagine how disappointed he felt. Disappointed means feeling sad because something did not happen as expected. This was one of the first major failures in his life. But that was not the end of the story. The school saw his talent in science. They suggested that he complete additional studies and try again. Albert accepted this challenge. He studied hard. He improved his weak subjects. Weak means not strong in a certain area. A year later, he took the exam again. This time, he succeeded. His hard work paid off. Paid off means produced good results after effort. This teaches us an important lesson. Even great people fail. The difference is that they keep trying. Albert moved to Switzerland to study. He enjoyed learning there much more than in Germany. The teachers encouraged students to think freely. Freely means without unnecessary limits. Albert loved freedom of thought. He spent many hours reading books and discussing ideas. Sometimes he skipped classes. Instead, he studied subjects that interested him. He especially loved physics. He wanted to understand the laws of nature. Law here does not mean rules made by governments. In science, laws describe how nature works. Albert often imagined strange situations. For example, he asked himself, what would happen if I could ride on a beam of light? Beam means a line of light. This simple question later led to amazing discoveries. Few people knew what was coming. During his studies, Albert met a young woman named Mileva Maric. She was intelligent and loved science too. They became close friends. Friendship and learning became important parts of Albert's life. However, after graduation, Albert faced new problems. He expected to get a teaching job, but finding work was difficult. Many professors did not support him. Support means helping someone achieve success. Months passed, then years. Albert struggled to find stable work. Stable means steady and secure. He felt frustrated. Frustrated means feeling upset because things are not going as planned. Imagine studying for years and still not finding a job. What would you do in that situation? Albert did not give up.
He continued studying science by himself. Eventually, a friend helped him get a job at the patent office in Switzerland. A patent office checks new inventions. Invention means something new that someone creates. At first, this job seemed ordinary, but nobody knew that this office would become the birthplace of great ideas. Albert worked during the day. At night, he thought deeply about science. His life looked simple from the outside, but inside his mind, a revolution was beginning. Revolution here means a big change, and soon the world would never be the same again. What happened next surprised everyone. In the next part of Albert Einstein's story, you will discover how a young office worker changed science forever, created the theory of relativity, and became one of the greatest geniuses in history. Until then, keep learning English one word at a time.
In the last part of our story, we learned about Albert Einstein's childhood, his curiosity, his struggles in school, and his work at the patent office in Switzerland. At that time, very few people knew his name. He was not famous. He was not rich. He was simply a young man with big questions about the universe. But everything was about to change. The year was 1905. Albert Einstein was 26 years old. During the day, he worked at the patent office in the city of Bern. His job was to read invention applications and decide whether they were new and useful. Application means an official request or document. The work was not exciting.
But the job gave Einstein something very valuable. It gave him time to think. While other people rested, Einstein filled notebooks with ideas. He thought about light. He thought about time. He thought about space. And he asked questions that nobody else dared to ask. Dare means to have the courage to do something difficult. Have you ever asked a question that other people thought was strange? Sometimes great discoveries begin with simple questions. But something unexpected happened. In 1905, Einstein published 4 scientific papers. Publish means to make information available to the public. These papers changed physics forever. Today, scientists call 1905 Einstein's miracle year.
Miracle means something amazing that seems almost impossible. Imagine writing 4 papers in 1 year and changing the world. The first paper explained the movement of tiny particles. The second paper helped scientists understand light. The third paper introduced a new idea called special relativity. And the fourth paper gave the world a famous equation, E equals mc squared. You may have seen it written like this, E equals mc squared. This became one of the most famous equations in history. Equation means a mathematical statement showing that 2 things are equal. But what does it mean? In simple words, Einstein showed that matter and energy are connected. Matter means physical material. Energy means the power to do work or create change. According to Einstein, even a very small amount of matter contains a huge amount of energy. This idea later changed science forever.
Scientists used it to understand stars, the sun, and even nuclear energy. Nuclear means related to the center of an atom. Atoms are tiny building blocks of everything around us. Listen carefully to this new word, atom. Try repeating after me. Everything around us is made of atoms. Excellent. However, success did not come immediately. Many scientists were confused by Einstein's ideas. Some people could not understand his work. Others thought his ideas were too strange. After all, Einstein was not a famous professor. He was only a patent clerk. Clerk means an office worker. Imagine being ignored because of your job title. Have you ever felt that people judged you too quickly? But Einstein did not stop. He continued working and researching. Slowly, more scientists began reading his papers. And then came one of his greatest ideas, the theory of relativity.
Theory means an explanation based on evidence and observation. Relativity changed how humans understood space and time. Before Einstein, many people believed that time was always the same. Einstein said something surprising. He said that time can move differently under certain conditions. Can you imagine that? Time itself could change. This idea shocked the scientific world. The next event amazed everyone. In 1915, Einstein completed his general theory of relativity. This theory explained gravity in a completely new way. Gravity is the force that pulls objects toward each other. For example, gravity keeps us on Earth. Before Einstein, scientists believed gravity was a force pulling objects together. Einstein explained it differently. He said that massive objects bend space and time. Massive means very large or heavy. Imagine placing a heavy ball on a stretched cloth. The cloth bends. Similarly, stars and planets bend space. This bending creates gravity. Of course, the real science is much more complex. Complex means difficult and involving many parts. But Einstein's idea was revolutionary. Revolutionary means causing a great change. His theory changed physics forever. But how could people know if Einstein was right? Science needs evidence. Evidence means facts or information that show something is true. In 1919, scientists observed a solar eclipse. A solar eclipse happens when the moon blocks the sun. During the eclipse, they measured the movement of light near the sun. The results matched Einstein's predictions. Prediction means saying what will happen in the future. Einstein was right. Suddenly, newspapers around the world reported his discovery. Overnight, Einstein became famous. Reporters wanted interviews. Photographers wanted pictures. Scientists wanted to meet him. His life changed forever. But fame also brought challenges. Challenge means a difficult situation that tests you. Einstein enjoyed science more than celebrity life. Celebrity means a famous person. He preferred simple living. Even after becoming famous, he often wore simple clothes. His hair became wild and messy. Soon, people everywhere recognized his face. But Einstein believed that a person's value was not in appearance, it was in ideas and kindness. This lesson remains important today. What matters more, how you look or how you think? Think about it. But that was not the end of the story. Einstein's personal life was not always easy. His marriage with Mileva faced many difficulties. Eventually, they separated. Separate means to live apart. Later, they divorced. Divorce means legally ending a marriage. These events were painful for Einstein and his family. Success in work does not always mean happiness in personal life.
This reminds us that every person faces struggles, even famous people. Things were about to get much harder. During the 1930s, Germany changed dramatically. A new political leader named Adolf Hitler came to power. Many people faced discrimination. Discrimination means treating people unfairly because of who they are. Einstein was Jewish. As conditions became dangerous, he decided not to return to Germany. Instead, he moved to the United States. Leaving one's homeland is never easy. Homeland means the country where a person was born. Can you imagine leaving your country forever? Einstein lost his home, but he did not lose hope. He accepted a position at Princeton University.
There, he continued studying science. Even in his later years, he remained curious. Curious means eager to learn and discover. Curiosity had guided him since childhood, and it still guided him now. One of Einstein's famous sayings was, "I have no special talent. I am only passionately curious." Passionately means with strong feelings and energy. This quote teaches us something important. You do not need to be born a genius.
You need curiosity, patience, and hard work. Einstein also cared deeply about peace. Peace means freedom from war and violence. He spoke against war whenever possible. After witnessing the destruction of war, he hoped humanity would choose cooperation over conflict. Cooperation means working together. Conflict means disagreement or fighting. Listen carefully to these words. Try repeating after me. Cooperation is stronger than conflict. Very good.
Einstein believed science should help people, not harm them. He wanted knowledge to improve human life. Knowledge means information and understanding gained through learning. This belief made him respected not only as a scientist, but also as a human being. But few people knew another side of Einstein. He loved music deeply. When he felt tired, he played the violin. Music helped him relax and think. Sometimes great ideas came to him while playing music. This shows us that creativity can come from many places. Creativity means the ability to produce new ideas.
Einstein once said that imagination is very important. Imagination means the ability to create ideas in your mind. He believed imagination could open doors to new discoveries. Have you ever used your imagination to solve a problem? Perhaps you are more creative than you think. As the years passed, Einstein became one of the most respected scientists in history. Universities honored him. Countries invited him. Students admired him. Yet he remained humble.
Humble means not acting as if you were better than others. He once said that he was simply curious. Such humility made people admire him even more. His life teaches us a powerful lesson. Being different is not weakness. Asking questions is not foolish. Failing is not the end. Sometimes the people who change the world are those who think differently, and Albert Einstein was one of those people. But his story is still not over. In the next part, we will discover Einstein's greatest achievements, his daily habits, fascinating facts about his life, and the lessons we can learn from this extraordinary man.
Welcome back to Easy English Biography. This is the final part of the story of Albert Einstein. In the previous parts, we learned about his childhood, his struggles, his scientific discoveries, and his rise to fame. Today, we will discover his later years, his personal habits, interesting facts, and the powerful lessons we can learn from his life. Are you ready? Let us continue. By the time Albert Einstein became famous, people all around the world knew his name. Scientists respected him, students admired him, newspapers wrote about him. But inside, Einstein remained a simple man. He did not care much about wealth. Wealth means having a lot of money or valuable things. Even though he was famous, he did not live like a king. He believed that happiness comes from simple living and meaningful work. Meaningful means important and valuable. Einstein once said that a calm and modest life brings more happiness than the endless search for success. Modest means simple and not showing off. This idea is still important today. Many people spend their lives chasing money, but Einstein believed that peace of mind was even more valuable. Peace of mind means a feeling of calm and happiness. What do you think? Is happiness more important than money? Take a moment to think about it. But something surprising happened. In 1921, Einstein received one of the greatest honors in science. He won the Nobel Prize in Physics. The Nobel Prize is one of the highest awards in the world. Award means a prize given for great achievement. Many people think Einstein won the prize because of relativity, but that is not true. He received the prize for his work on light and the photoelectric effect. Photoelectric effect is a scientific process that helped later inventions, such as solar panels. Solar panels turn sunlight into electricity. Electricity is the power that runs lights, computers, and many machines. Can you imagine? Ideas created more than 100 years ago still help people today. This shows us the power of knowledge. Knowledge can travel through time and help future generations. Future generations means people who will live after us. Listen carefully to this new phrase, future generations. Try repeating after me. Our actions today affect future generations. Excellent. Einstein's life was not only about science. He cared deeply about humanity. Humanity means all people in the world. He believed people should live with kindness and understanding. He often spoke about peace and human rights. Human rights are the basic rights that every person deserves. He hoped that countries would solve problems through discussion instead of war. Unfortunately, the world was not always peaceful. Einstein lived during difficult times. He saw 2 world wars. War brought suffering to millions of people. Suffering means pain and hardship. These events deeply affected him. Even great scientists cannot escape the pain of history. But Einstein never lost hope. Hope means believing that good things can happen in the future. Have you ever gone through a difficult time and still kept hope alive? That strength is very important in life. As Einstein grew older, he continued his research. Research means careful study to discover new information. He worked at Princeton University in the United States. Many young scientists visited him. They wanted to learn from the great genius. Genius means a person with extraordinary intelligence or ability. But Einstein himself did not like being called a genius. He believed hard work and curiosity were more important. He once said, "It's not that I'm so smart, it's just that I stay with problems longer." This sentence teaches us a powerful lesson. Success often comes from patience.
Patience means the ability to stay calm and continue working without giving up. Think about your own life. Have you ever wanted to quit because something was difficult? Einstein's story reminds us to keep going. Sometimes the answer comes later. His life was about to teach one more lesson. Einstein had many interesting habits. He loved walking. Walking helped him think clearly. Many of his ideas came while taking long walks. He also loved sailing. Sailing means traveling on water using a boat with sails. Interestingly, Einstein was not a very good sailor. Sometimes his boat moved in the wrong direction, but he enjoyed it anyway. This teaches us that we do not need to be perfect to enjoy life. Perfection is not necessary for happiness.
Another interesting fact is that Einstein often did not wear socks. Yes, it is true. He thought socks wore out quickly and were unnecessary. People found this funny. But Einstein did not worry about what others thought. He focused on ideas instead of fashion.
Fashion means popular styles of clothing. Can you imagine one of the world's greatest scientists not caring about socks? What happened next surprised many people. In 1952, the government of Israel offered Einstein an important position. They asked him to become the president of Israel. President means the leader of a country. This was a great honor, but Einstein politely refused.
Politely means in a respectful and kind way. He said that he was a scientist, not a politician. Politician means a person involved in government and politics. This decision showed his honesty. Honesty means telling the truth and being sincere. Knowing yourself helps you make wise decisions. Wise means showing good judgment and understanding. As he became older, Einstein continued thinking about the mysteries of the universe. Mystery means something difficult to understand or explain. He wanted to discover a theory that could explain everything in nature. However, he could not complete this dream. Even great people leave some work unfinished. This teaches us another lesson. Life is not about finishing everything. It is about trying our best. Things were becoming difficult for Einstein's health. Health means the condition of a person's body and mind.
In his later years, his body became weaker, but his curiosity remained strong. He continued reading, writing, and thinking. His mind never stopped exploring. On April 18, 1955, Albert Einstein passed away at the age of 76. Passed away means died in a respectful way. The world was deeply saddened. Newspapers across the globe shared the news. People felt that humanity had lost one of its greatest thinkers. But was his story truly over? Not at all. His ideas continued to live. Scientists still study his work. Students still learn his theories. His words still inspire millions of people. This is the power of great ideas. A person may leave the world, but their ideas can live forever. That is a beautiful thought. Now let us review some vocabulary words from today's story. Wealth means having a lot of money or valuable things.
Humanity means all people in the world.
Patience means staying calm and not giving up. Mystery means something difficult to understand. Honesty means telling the truth. Curiosity means a strong desire to learn.
Try saying these words again. Wealth, humanity, patience, mystery, honesty, curiosity. Very good. Albert Einstein's life teaches us many lessons. Be curious. Ask questions. Learn every day. Do not fear failure. Think differently. Stay humble. And never stop exploring the world around you. Remember, Einstein was not successful because he knew all the answers. He became successful because he never stopped asking questions. Perhaps there is an Einstein inside every curious child. Perhaps there is one inside you, too. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep believing in your dreams. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this story, listen again and practice the new words. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep believing in yourself. Bye for now.